Kessiah Jackson, and I'm interviewing my mom about 9/11. Describe what happened on September 11th, 2001.
Well, on September 11th, 2001, um, four hijacked, well, I think it was hijackers hijacked four planes, and they led, which ended up being a terrorist attack. They crashed into the two World Trade Centers in New York, the Pentagon in Washington D.C., and a fourth plane was, I think it probably was either going to the White House or to the Capitol, but the passengers on the plane, they fought the hijackers, and the plane ended up crashing down in Pennsylvania.
Where were you and what were you doing when you learned about the attacks on September 11th, 2001?
Oh, well, I was in school. I was in the 12th grade. It was art class. So one of my teachers, we had TVs in our classroom, and another teacher came down to my teacher and was like, "Whoa, look at this, turn on the TV." So we turned on the TV, and right as my teacher was turning on the TV, the other plane was crashing into the second building of the World Trade Center. And at first, I thought that it was just a plane crash, but we found out later it wasn't.
Okay. How did you feel when you heard about it?
Well, when I heard about it at first, I didn't really understand what was going on because, like I just said, I thought that it was just a plane crash. But by the time we got to because it was like early in the morning, it was still first period. By the time we got to second period, we started learning that it was another plane that crashed into the Pentagon, and that it was another plane that went down in Pennsylvania. And I started to get really afraid. I was like, whoa, I thought America was the safest place to be. So I got really afraid.
Okay. How do you think our country has changed as a result of these events?
I think our country has changed in a lot of ways. Some ways for the good, some for the bad. I think some of the good ways are, like, for instance, at the airport, like, you just can't. You have to get to the airport now like at least 3 hours early so you can go through all the checkpoints. They make sure that they do a thorough check at the airports, and they made some immigration laws, and they didn't make it. They made it so that it's not so easy to come into the country now as it used to be. But I also think that 9/11 made people. It showed some people's true colors. So it made people discriminatory against, like, Muslims, because they said that the attack was from an Islamic group called Al Qaeda. And so a lot of people became racist towards Muslims, and when they see them in the street, they treat them bad. And while I think that the lawmakers did a good job with trying to, minimize the problems coming in the country from, like, terrorist attacks and stuff like that, I also think that it gave them an excuse to be discriminatory against people from other religions and foreigners.
Okay. Describe some of the heroes of September 11th, 2001. Why are they considered heroes?
Some of the heroes from 2000, September 11th were, like, the first responders, like, the people that answered the phone calls, the people that, the first responders, like all the firefighters, the police officers, all the emergency technicians, all of those people. They were all heroes because, of course, they came in and they helped save a lot of people. But my favorite stories about people that I consider heroes are, like, ordinary people who were working in the buildings or coming by, and they decided that they were going to go in and help the people get out of the building. And they not only did they go in one time, but they went in countless times until the building collapsed. And one of my favorite stories was this guy. He called his wife in the middle of helping people, and he was like, "Hey, I gotta help these people get out of here. And if I don't make it home, just know that I love you, but I have to help these people." And the guy, he eventually died, and never found his remains. But I think that his story will, like, live on forever. So even though they never found his remains, like, that story right there will help him live on forever, and people always remember him because of it.
Thank you for answering my interview. Have a good day.
You too. You're welcome.
pleasure.